welcome to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Jazzie, and if you're a returning viewer, thanks for tuning in for today's video. In this video, I'll be sharing a tutorial with you all on how to hand stitch a unit at home. Now, you guys have been requesting me upload a video like this for a while now. Here on my channel, I only have videos on how to construct a unit using glue, so I'm pretty sure you guys will find this video helpful. Now, if you're not already subscribed to my channel, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button right down there. It would really warm my heart to have one more subscriber, and while you're at it, go ahead and hit that notification bell so every time I upload a video, you won't miss out on any of my content. Alright, without further ado, let's just go ahead and jump right into this video. To construct this unit today, I'll be using some bundles that were sent to me from the company called Bellaziar, and they have some really good quality bundles, you guys. I picked up their 11A Brazilian body wave and a 14-inch closure, a 16-inch bundle, an 18-inch bundle, as well as a 20-inch bundle. So let's just go ahead and jump right in so you guys can see how I went ahead and constructed this unit, because if I must say, you guys, it turned out so nice. I love the quality of this hair, but I'm gonna go ahead and save that for the end of this video. But I'm just gonna go ahead and jump right into the tutorial part now so you guys can see how I constructed this unit. To sew down the closure, I don't place it directly down on the cap, but I place it very close to the edge. I secure the lace closure with 2 T-pins. To secure the back of the closure, I like to place a pin directly in the middle and 2 on the corners. I put the hair up so I can have a clear visual of where I'll be stitching. Starting off, I take my C needle and go underneath the cap and through the lace close to the edge of the cap. The second stitch will be our back stitch, creating some type of security. You want to go underneath the cap, through the lace, and this time, before you pull the thread through, wrap the thread around your needle. With longer thread, I recommend holding your thread to make sure it doesn't get tangled up so everything is seamless. Moving forward, the stitches are very repetitive. Under the cap, through the lace, pull and repeat. When you get to the back and you see it bulking like this, don't worry, continue to stitch, and I promise it'll flatten on its own. You don't need to gather the lace towards the back. Finish stitching until you reach the edge of the cap, making sure you're avoiding the stitching that's originally on the cap, as if you overlap your stitching with the stitching that was on the cap to construct the cap itself, it won't allow proper fitting. So make sure you're being aware of where those original stitchings are, because you want your cap to be able to stretch and fit. The last stitch I'll be doing is another security knot. Through the lace, under the cap, through the thread, and pull. Trim the thread, leaving material to make a hand knot, and trim close to the knot so you won't have any hanging thread. For bundles, I'll be using a 16-inch, an 18-inch, and a 20-inch bundle. And starting off with the 18-inch bundle, I'm going to use this one first to create a layered look. You first want to go ahead and measure the weft. I like to use pins to secure it in place so it makes sure my wefts are nice and uniformed. The wig cap I'll be using is in size extra large, so make sure you're not sewing on the extra fabric unless you're purposely trying to reduce the size of the cap. I take the needle underneath the cap and back through the cap, making sure the needle is above the weft. The next stitch I'll be doing is through the weft, through the cap, and the third stitch is going to be our security stitch. Under the weft, through the cap, wrap the thread around the needle and pull. Doing 2 stitches before the security knot really allows stability from brushing and styling your hair on a day-to-day basis, so you don't have to go back and revisit your tracks. Moving forward, the stitching is so simple. Underneath the weft, through the cap, and repeat. When you get to the end of the track, you want to go ahead and make another security knot. Now sometimes you can get some hair stuck within the thread, and all you have to do is take your needle and pull the thread up just a little bit and brush the hair out while there's space in between the thread. And then once you're done, you just go ahead and tighten the thread back. If you see a knot creating, you can also take your needle and remove it, making sure I brush out all of the buckles in this cap so I can go ahead and keep its true size, so I can go ahead and move on to the next weft. Measuring the weft, I go ahead and place my pins down to secure it in place, and I go ahead and trim the end. Now my first stitch is going to be under and through the cap over the weft. My second stitch is going to be through the weft, through the cap. I continue to stitch underneath the weft, through the cap, and repeat, making sure I don't stitch on top of the cap's original stitching. You continue the process of measuring, pinning, trimming, backstitching knots, adding security knots at the end of each track until you get to the top of the lace closure. Now once you reach the top, many people like to curve their pattern upwards, or some people like to go straight across. Whichever way, your results are pretty much the same with minor differences. So don't worry if yours doesn't come out how you were trying to have it, because honestly you can always cut the tracks out, but I strongly recommend finishing the unit first and trying it on to see how it looks before you make any modifications. The total time to sew a wig for me takes around 90 minutes, but it lasts way longer than a glue unit, so you can wash the unit without having to worry about touching it up. It's way more durable, and overall, I like my results when I sew the unit more than I do when I just glue the unit. As you guys just seen, it was so repetitive. It's so easy to construct a unit by hand stitching. I love to hand stitch majority of my wigs because they last a lot longer. Sometimes I will go ahead and construct a unit if I'm short on time and I don't necessarily have 90 minutes to construct a unit by hand. So yeah, I do like this hair a lot. Again, like I mentioned to you guys in the beginning of this video, this is texture Brazilian body wave and their grade is 11A. Now I went ahead and I picked these bundles up in a closure deal. So this is a closure unit, and like I shared with you guys in the beginning of the video, I picked this up in a 14-inch and 16-inch and 18-inch and a 20-inch bundle. Now once the wig was constructed, I did go ahead and I colored the hair jet black. I picked up some black hair dye from the dollar store. As you guys know, that's typically where I get my black hair color from because it's $1 and I can pick up 4 to 5 boxes and get the hair extremely super duper black, which is what it looks like today. And after I colored the hair, I did go ahead and I bleached the knots on the closure so it looks like more of a scalp illusion. And then I also did trim about 2 inches off of the bottom of the hair so it could look very nice and blunt across. So that's pretty much what I did to construct this unit at home. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you guys found this video helpful, please let me know down in the comment section below. And I will be uploading more videos and tutorials on how to hand stitch more units at home. So this way, if you guys are struggling or if you're interested to see how I do different methods, make sure you guys stay tuned because I will be able to share that with you guys here on my channel. And I'll catch you guys in my next video.